Well, hello guys and girls of the internet, it's the 7 Chaos of YouTube, and it has been quite some time, isn't it, since my last on-camera appearance, which I believe was probably the first week of September, which was incidentally my return to regular videos on YouTube after my PC got fixed, which I think was the same week that Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain came out. So it's been almost 2 months since that point. And so much has happened in those 2 months that I'm going to pretty much cover everything in the second half, once again, of the 7 Chaos Previews. This week is October 26th to November 1st, 2015. We are incidentally almost right at the end of 2015, if you can believe it. The second half has gone majorly fast. We are here for the first big release of the year, well, probably the biggest since a while ago, in Halo 5 Guardians, which actually comes out tomorrow, and WWE 2K16, which comes out Thursday or Friday, depending on something. I think some games are going to start coming out on a Thursday. I think for PSN Store it kind of comes out on a Thursday, I think. There's so much I want to cover in this video, but I've actually written it all down, what I want to cover. So hopefully I won't get too long. I won't completely forget to mention something. But hopefully I'm hoping not to kind of dabble on too much into one topic and move on to the next one as quickly as possible. So I don't kind of bore you guys with nonsense and shit, basically. Alright, so let's get started. Halo 5 Guardians. Probably my most anticipated release of the year, aside from some others. Really because of the trailers that have been so intriguing up to now. Like, who is Spartan Locke and why is he hunting Master Chief? It's so weird. And it's like, I'm guessing the end of the game is going to be this choice where you either find a Spartan Locke to take Master Chief down, or you find his Master Chief to take Spartan Locke down. But what is this all about? You know, these Spartans, aren't they supposed to be on the same team? So it's like, whoa, what happened? My guess is maybe Master Chief goes AWOL, to look for maybe a way to bring Cortana back or something. But that's obviously going AWOL and leaving a post, so Spartan Locke and his team probably go out after him to bring him to court-martial and bring him to justice or whatever. And it obviously ends up that one of them ends up dying, it looks like. So there's kind of my thought. I could be completely wrong, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. But the biggest mystery is Spartan Locke. Like, who is he? You know, he could be anybody. I mean, I was saying to Samuels some time ago that I actually think maybe, just maybe, it's a small possibility that it could be Noble 6 from Halo Reach. But I think he's dead. I think canonically he's dead. As you saw from the ending of Halo Reach, he's probably gone. But could be anybody. So it's really the intriguing parts of this story is why is Master Chief being hunted by his own kind, and who is Spartan Locke? And then that's just added to the questions in Halo 4, like who the hell are the Prometheans? Why are the humans fighting the Covenant again? And if you've played Halo 2 with the remastered cutscenes, where's the Arbiter come from? You know, the Arbiter's in the Halo 2 cutscenes, so obviously he's going to be in the game with the Elites. So what on earth is going on? It's just like this new trilogy just has a new batch of questions, and I think that's what 343 were going for. It's going to be a Halo game at heart, you know that. But I think what 343 are doing are kind of making their own Halo trilogy. They're not kind of they're sort of building on the success of the original trilogy, but it's still their kind of own game and own story at its core, which is cool. You know, you don't want to do the same trick twice with Halo, like Call of Duty tends to do. So it's nice that 343 have picked up the Halo reins and actually making their own unique kind of story and game out of it. Even though Halo 4 was probably one of the most confusing games in Halo's history so far. I think even Halo Wars was less confusing. But hopefully now we're in the second part of the Reclaimer trilogy. So maybe now we'll start getting some answers to some of those questions that you had from Halo 4. The biggest thing I'm really looking forward to from a multiplayer standpoint is the new Warzones mode. That mode looks absolutely sick. It's like so many people fighting and gunfighting some vehicles. It's going to be just complete mayhem, and it's going to get me completely hyped because I love that shit. I love it when there's just big team battles of bullets and flying vehicles and tanks and buildings. It's gonna be completely nuts. I cannot wait for that release. We need to hope that it doesn't turn into a Master Chief Collection, and hope that Halo 1 Online works on day one. Halo 5 Online works on day one, sorry. But yeah, we need to hope for that. But it should do. It's a lot less of the load. Like Halo Master Chief Collection was 4 online games, Halo 5 is just 1. So hopefully it should work. We probably might have some niggles, but hopefully we should be able to find matches and work on that. But myself and Alexander will be doing a co-op playthrough of the game. We have covered pretty much all the other Halo games. She pretty much knows the story at this point. So we are able to cover Halo 5 Guardians on day of release tomorrow and start the playthroughs of Halo 5 Guardians. I think we're both doing it. I haven't really heard that we're not. And Lady Tombo's pretty much up for it after doing Gears of War, so I guess she is. So I guess we're both doing it. Sweet. We have the computers and the laptops, we have the game capture equipment and everything for it. So yeah, Lady Tombo hopefully will be back to doing... well, she's back to doing videos, but I don't know how common she's going to be doing videos. Nowhere near as much as me. She's probably going to stick to her multiplayer or co-op kind of thing, unless she starts playing the story-based game modes. So, but we'll have to see. I don't know whether she's doing Life is Strange for herself or not. We'll have to see. So, yeah, we'll be both doing a co-op playthrough, and just like in Gears of War Remasters, a co-op playthrough, the plots from Lady Tombo will be in the description of the parts of my videos. So, if you want to watch it from her perspective, you can do. So that is that. Second release this week, WWE 2K16. I really am hoping that there are some drastic improvements to this game. 2K15 wasn't bad, but I think the big areas they need to improve are the My Career aspect and the match speed, because the match speed is insanely slow. It's so slow, and it turns into boring, and it's like, oh my god, it's too fucking slow here, man. It was the biggest criticism I had of the game was the match speed. That it was just so drastically slow. But that was to enable counters, apparently. That was intentional, but no, just speed it up, man. You know what I mean? You know, there was some notable omissions of match types, like special referee, and like there was obviously limitations to the creating a wrestler, and the match types you could actually play with probably a certain number of people. That was restricted. The curation of a superstar was pretty good. You kind of got all the attires at once, but the loading times were just slow as fuck. It was so long, and it was really restrictive, unfortunately. So hopefully the 2K have improved in those areas. To be fair to them, 2K15 was the first WWE 2K game on the PS4 on the next generation of consoles. So hopefully now a year has passed. They should be able to get the ball rolling with WWE now and make some drastic improvements. The only thing I would really criticize about this is the fact that Arnold Schwarzenegger's in the fucking game. Like, really? With Terminator? Really? Why? That's as stupid as Mr. T going into the WWE Hall of Fame. It's like, why? Why did WWE keep doing this nonsense? You know what I mean? Even in the games, it's turning into nonsense of Arnold Schwarzenegger in the game. Why? It makes no freaking sense, and the Terminator and all that stuff is like, no, man, it just makes no sense. I guess the most thing I'm looking forward to in this game, however, is the possibility of the story mode. I've really liked the story modes since WWE. Was it 13 or 14 that started with the Attitude Era? I think it was 13, because 13 had the Attitude Era. 14 had, 2K14 had the 30 years of WrestleMania, and 2K15 had the showcase mode where it focuses on certain rivalries of past years. Example, CM Punk, John Cena, Triple H, Shawn Michaels. I think Mark Henry was another one. And then they had Christian, Randy Orton. They didn't have a Divas one, sadly. I think the Divas one was kind of the one I was most looking forward to. But I'm looking forward to kind of the story element of the game. Obviously, with Stone Cold Steve Austin being the cover athlete this year, you have to think that it is going to focus on him in the story mode this year, which is great, because Stone Cold Steve Austin is one of my favorite superstars of all time. So that's good news. So I can't wait for that. That's going to be hella fun. God, Life is Strange's vocabulary, it's growing on me already. Alright, so that's the games for this week. So now we're going to actually get into the kind of status setup for this, because a lot has happened in the last couple of months. I guess we should really talk about the stuff that is finished first. We're going to start with Life is Strange. Now, you guys know how much I love this game, so I'm gonna try not to mention this too much, because I've already said it a bunch of times, and I'm sure I'm sounding like a broken record, and you guys are getting pretty sick of it. But I will say this, that the ending of the game, and the whole episode in general, is fantastic, but I think two real points really did touch me in this episode. Obviously, the part where Maxine goes back to the photo with Warren and she has this kind of thing with Chloe, that really got to me because she really opened up to Chloe about everything that had happened. But the ending scene was just, the most amazing stuff in the final sequence of the game. You know, when you're in the nightmare and she's going through all her memories with Chloe and all, you know, and in the nightmare she's seeing all this stuff. I'm trying not to have spoilers, but I'm probably going to be spoiling. But I'm sure everyone has played it anyway. So, continuing on, yeah, it was like all this stuff in the nightmare where she ends up like kissing Warren and waking up with Victoria, and it was just like, what's going on? This is just terrible. And it was like, I can't imagine how Max must have been feeling and all that. Like, what the fuck is going on? And then you actually get the good memories with her and Chloe throughout the episode. You actually go through memory lane pretty much, seeing all the kind of points in time where Chloe had been saved or they had a nice moment between them. But actually you do figure out, you can figure it out long before the fixed point in time is back in episode 1, and that's probably why the storm happened and that needs to change. But the weird thing is like, why? What did all this circumstance come from? It's like I said, why were her powers given to her if the only thing she was meant to do was go back and have episode 1 happen a different way, if you like, anyway? It was just really weird to me. But there are two endings in this game. One is kind of underwhelming for probably reasons that you could understand, maybe didn't want to have too much of what happened in one ending, because one ending was a fucking amazing thing, like, happened. They obviously probably didn't want that in this ending because of the, like, destruction of Arcadia Bay. It probably would have been a bit wrong to have a cool moment there, so that was probably the reason for that. But it was kind of underwhelming anyway. But I think I know what don't know what going for there. They were intending to make that probably a little less what Pricefield shippers wanted, I guess, if you know what I mean, than something that happened over here. Over here, I was crushed. I have never been so distraught over an ending of a game before. Never. I don't think even The Walking Dead Season 1 kind of got to me as bad as this did. Because, dude, it's just the most amazing thing. I don't even need to say it, you know, just watch that video, part 58, just watch it, and it broke me, it crushed me, absolutely crushed me. I have never been so emotionally scarred, if you like, in a game ever. It was so beautifully done though, it really was, and I think this ending here, I'm not going to spoil it, was the canonical ending of the game, which is why they put more time into writing it and doing it and all the scenes and what happened and whatnot, as opposed to this one that was like 5 minutes. This one was a lot more emotional and in depth, and the scenes were different, and you know, I think Don't Know was saying this is the canonical ending of our game, and this is why we put so much time into this. And it's like I said, Life is Strange, one of the best games that I've ever played, the best game of this year, and the best game of this generation of consoles. It's been that good to me, and it's like I was touched by every character in this game. I felt their story, I felt Chloe's struggle, I felt Max's need to get back into Chloe's life and be accepted. I felt Kate being tormented and bullied and her recovery. I felt Victoria's vulnerability in episode 5, and you know, I just felt everything for every single character in this game. Even like stuff in episodes 1 to 4 make you care about this guy in episode 5, and then everything that makes you like care about this guy in episodes 1 to 4, you end up loathing him in episode 5. So it's a complete switcheroo of who you care about in that episode. I won't spoil it, but Yeah, everyone I cared about in this game at some point or another, and it was one of the most incredible stories I've ever read. Don't Nod and Square Enix, I say it again, thank you so much. It was such an incredible experience and one that I will never forget in a hurry, I can tell you that. Alright, so that's where I'm going to probably leave it because I don't want to talk too much about that because you guys already have probably got me sick of me doing it. So hopefully this will be the last time I mention that game, at least for now. I will mention it a little bit at the end of the video, but for reasons that I will mention at that point. Okay, so the ongoing stuff now. Formula 1 2015 Forza Sip Championship Season Mode playthrough. I almost called it career mode. I almost did. This came out of nowhere, I'm sure, to you guys. It came out of nowhere for me as well. You know, I pretty much remembered that the Share Factory was on the PlayStation 4, and I'm thinking, could I really do something with F1 to do with this? Because the Share Factory is where you kind of record a 15-minute clip and you can put it into the Share Factory. And the Share Factory is kind of a simple version of Sony Vegas. And like I said, I don't really know how to use Sony Vegas. I've never really used it. But maybe now that I'm starting to kind of get into the editing kind of stuff and all that stuff, I might end up buying Sony Vegas next year and actually doing a lot more editing and maybe with the sport titles as such. I don't think I'll be doing it with most other playthroughs, but I think for sport games that require some editing, apart from FIFA, I think FIFA is pretty standard. That can be pretty much without editing anyway. Because, like I said, the Elgato software's editing is very basic compared to the Share Factory or Sony Vegas. But the championship season I playthrough with Sebastian Vettel has actually turned out really well. I've been really proud of the work I've done there. So I'm definitely thinking of doing a 2014 season, and I pretty much know what I want to do with it as well. But I'll save that for when we get there. So I'm really enjoying that right now. Couple of more ongoing playthroughs. Tales of the Borderlands has finished. That is now finished. That is now done. Episode 5 is done and everyone's played it. I just haven't had really the time with Life is Strange and the Forza Sip Championship Season Mode playthrough, and then Halo comes out tomorrow and WWE's out later this week. I haven't really had time to sit down, along with playing some other stuff and actually getting into something else as well, which I mentioned at the end of the video. Circumstances have made me kind of stop with those playthroughs for a bit. I do have Tales of Borderlands on the PS4, I do have Game of Thrones on the PS4, and that's where those stories will be continuing. Because as you know, I started them on the Xbox One, but when my PC got fixed, I kind of thought, you know, I'm going to buy everything for PS4 and only exclusives for Xbox One. But don't worry, all the changes I made all the choices I made in all those episodes up to that point are still made on the PS4 version. So nothing will be different, and it'll all turn out as it was meant to be if I was playing on the Xbox One. I always called it the Xbox 360. So all those playthroughs will remain intact and as they are, and I'll get round to doing them eventually. Which leads into Minecraft, which came out of completely nowhere for Xbox One and PS4 and PC. And I really enjoyed the first episode. That is actually live as of right now. I actually really enjoyed that episode. I really did. I kind of, it's kind of like Borderlands. It's like I was expecting it to not enjoy it, but kind of probably not be really up on it because I don't know Minecraft that well. Because like I said in the opening parts, I kind of suck with Minecraft. I suck that hard at the game that I had to get my little brother to do the tutorial. Yes, I suck that bad at Minecraft, so I kind of stayed away from it. But Telltale, like I said, really grasp their source material and really make it work. No matter what they seem to do, they make it work. They did that with Borderlands, they've done it with Game of Thrones, they did it with The Walking Dead, and they've done it with Minecraft and The Wolf Among Us, which will also be coming up soon as well, when I can get round to eventually doing it. But The Wolf Among Us hasn't got a second season till a while ahead, so I can actually focus on doing the first, and I can actually start that first episode from the PS4 because I haven't uploaded. I just thought delete the episode I already did and do it on the PS4. So there's that. So yeah, Telltale really did grasp their source material. They really did it with Minecraft. They have the health bars, the crafting, the characters are cool, the voice actors from staple Telltale games are back. It's a Telltale game with Minecraft. I mean, like I said, it's an instant recipe for success, and it's going to sell abundance of cash. These people are going to be hella rich by the time that game is finished. I'm saying it again. God damn it. Life is Strange. It just can't leave my head. Alright, so that's Minecraft. And that's pretty much it, I think. In terms of episodes ongoing. The stuff I need to start, though. The Uncharted trilogy. I bought the Nathan Drake collection. I just haven't really got around to doing it yet. I really should do, but I've been kind of hooked on the Forza 7 Championship Season mode playthrough for the moment. So I haven't really had any time to sit down and do Uncharted, but that's not so bad, because Uncharted 4 is not until next year. I could do an Uncharted marathon, perhaps. You know, in like the months leading up to the release of Uncharted 4, maybe I could jump into an Uncharted marathon and do it that way, like I did with Sonic Marathon and the Metal Gear Solid Marathon. Maybe I could do kind of a marathon of Uncharted, probably starting from January up to when the game's released, Uncharted 4 is released. So, yeah, that would be pretty cool, actually. I think I might do that. If I can't fit it in now, if I can't fit it in at this exact moment, if I can't do the playthroughs Uncharted and start putting them up now, then I will do it for an Uncharted marathon, probably starting next year, hopefully. And that's pretty much it. PlayStation Now has been officially released here in the UK, so that opens the door for some more games I can play. Say God of War, the trilogy is out. There's a couple of others that could pop up. Hopefully PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games will pop up, and I'll get to do the original Resident Evil 2. That would be hella fun as well. I'm doing it again. God damn it, that is going to grow on me so bad now. God damn you, Chloe Bryce. I'm kidding, but yeah, that's going to be awesome if I can do the original Resident Evil 2, and you can actually have PlayStation Now and have the HTTP turned off, so that opens the door for playthroughs of maybe the God of War trilogy. What I might do with the God of War trilogy is actually play the first two on PlayStation Now, and then eventually buy the remastered version of God of War 3, and then play that. So that will be cool if I can do that. So that will open PlayStation Now opens up the door to more games to play that I never got to before, and have more playthroughs for you guys to watch. The FIFA playthrough quickly. That has been kind of put on hold. Hopefully this week, Konami finally update the squads for pairs. That's what I've been waiting for. Because obviously, Manchester, it wouldn't be so bad, but Manchester United's group includes, Champions League group includes Wolfsburg, and Kevin De Bruyne is still at Wolfsburg. You can't update the squads and go into the Champions League mode to play those. You can only do it in exhibition matches right now. So once that live date update goes active, and you can use it for all the other modes, I will start doing the Champions League mode playthrough. Then, obviously, I already did Club Brugge. But obviously, I want to do the Champions League matches in conjunction with my FIFA matches, so I can kind of mention them and everything. Otherwise, if I continued the FIFA side of things, I'd be completely out of sync. So, I'm just waiting for pairs to update the squads, and that will return when that happens. Hopefully this week. Konami, get it done. So, I think that is pretty much it in terms of everything that has happened. Life is Strange is done, Borderlands is finished, and I'll do that later. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The last thing to really mention, and this will probably be really exciting, and you guys have probably seen it already, live streaming. I'm getting there. I'm starting to get there now. And I've actually put up a few live streams up on YouTube already, because you can do that. You can export your live streams to YouTube, you can put it there. The only real problem I have now is that sometimes you'll notice during loading that I'll completely cut out. The game will cut out, my speaking, my talking will become bleh, 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 skipping and all that sort of stuff. If anyone knows what is happening there, watch the streams and let me know. Let me know when you're watching the stream. Please watch the streams and let me know, because then that will improve my stream quality when I finally get there. It will be on Twitch TV. I think I'm going to stick to Twitch TV. I think it turns out better on Twitch TV than YouTube's did, because obviously Twitch TV has the standard there already. I'm starting to get there. I actually have on my Twitch page a bunch of info and links and stuff. I put that up. I'm starting to find out about the bitrate. The highest bitrate I can run is 5. So I'm kind of going into 4 to save some power a little bit. So I'm starting to get there with streaming now. And it'll be a common thing once I really get my head around it, and that's why I want you guys to let me know what is going on. My camera's blinking at me again. Hold on, let me check the time here. 24 minutes. That isn't bad, actually. I've not really dabbled on too long. But Twitch, let me watch the streams. I'll put the link to the streams playlist in this video, along with my Twitch TV channel link. I'll put that in there as well. And let me know. Let me know how it's working, and let me know. Follow me on Twitch if you like as well. I'm not gonna plug myself, but follow me there. And let me know how the streams turn out. I'll have them all on YouTube. If any stream I do, let me know what this is about, because I know some guys have the streaming setup where they don't stutter at all. They don't stutter at all. My voice kind of stutters while the game is loading. I have a kind of theory of why that would be, but I don't know if it would work. I'll obviously run another stream at some point anyway, to kind of test that theory out at some point. So, watch the streaming videos, let me know what's going on, help me out, and maybe streaming can become a regular thing. I want to get into it. I've been wanting to get into it for months, but now I have this PC set up, my Elgato's working, my PC's working, and all that stuff. So I'm going to see if I can get into it on a regular basis. All the info is in the description of the Twitch stuff, so I'm not really going to bore you with it right now. But I think one thing I will say is that I love Life is Strange that much. I think I am going to buy the Xbox One version and stream that. That's the only thing that's the last thing I'm going to mention, okay? Until we get to that point. But yeah, I love the game so much, I probably am going to buy the Xbox One version just to get all the achievements and play through that game again, because it's just so magnificent. That it deserves it. So I think I'll definitely get around to doing that when I'm not a little less clogged with everything else. And I think I've done it. I think that's everything. So the Twitch link and the playlist to the streams will be in the description. Once again, just help me out. Let me know what's going on. And give me some tips or whatever you can do. Be mindful that my internet speed is not the fastest. My internet speed is at 5. Okay? So just be mindful of that. I can only run as high as 5 unless I upgrade my internet. But my cable provider bill is already so high, and I don't want to increase it anymore by increasing the speed of my internet. Unless I have to. So that's that. So please help me with that, and let's get into streaming, and let's try and make this a regular thing, okay guys? Because I love it. I love streaming. I've really got the hook for it now, and I really want to start doing it on a regular basis for you guys. So that's everything covered, I think. I'm proud of myself. I've done pretty well. I haven't really dragged on about things for too long, I hope. And every base is covered. So I'll see you for Halo 5 tomorrow. Can't wait. Hope you guys can either. I thank you guys for watching everything up to now, of course. And I'll try to keep you more up to date on a regular basis with this sort of stuff in the future, with channel updates and such. I really should do that. But like I said, I'm pretty much a small-time YouTuber, so, you know, it's not something I need to worry about, I guess. It's like, I know a lot of you guys, one last thing, I know a lot of you guys have probably been wondering, where's the review of Life is Strange and all that stuff? I'm probably not going to do reviews, actually. The main reason being is that I'm a very small YouTuber. I'm down here doing it for fun and a hobby and enjoyment. So I don't think anyone's really going to take my opinions on board. I mean, people will take my word for it and watch the playthrough anyway. And they'll make their own judgments on the playthrough. Life is Strange is a particular case where I can't review the game because I can't find much wrong with it. So it wouldn't be fair to give them a review when I can't really find a flaw in the game at all. Quite frankly, it's just the most amazing thing I've ever experienced in my life. And sorry, I don't mean to do that, but yeah, that would be a particular experience where I wouldn't have to do one. And be kind of honest, I'm way out of sync with reviews now, so I'm probably not going to do them because I'm down here. So who's going to really take my opinions on board or I review a game? Nobody, because I'm down here doing it for fun and enjoyment, and all these guys are up there, and they'll all be listened to when they play or review the game themselves. All these guys are already doing it for me. So, and to be honest, the only reviews I ever trust is Game Traders. Alright guys, that's it. I'm out of here now because I'm going to waffle on if I don't. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you for Halo 5. Peace out.